Hello everybody, and welcome to round two of the Enduracers P2 in GTT Asian Challenge, the 2025 championship. This is the World Series at Sim Racing Online, the chase for the cup, the year-long chase for the cup. This is Series 2 of 4, round 2 of Series 2 at Buddh International Circuit in India. We are traveled to India today, a beautiful racetrack that sadly is really no longer in use. It used to house some Formula One back in 2011. Is when it was designed, and it held a Formula One Indian Grand Prix there. And the Grand Prix was suspended in 2014 and subsequently canceled due to a tax dispute with the government of Uttar Pradesh. So they had a little bit of issues there financially, and the track has basically not had anything the big time racing going on since. We are in the midst of practice right now, so I'll show you a couple of the times the guys have been putting in. This track is really beautiful. It's 16 turns, really technical. It's pretty wide though, so it's going to be a good test today with the P2 class and the GTE making their way through the field. It should be interesting to see, nonetheless. And 90 minutes of racing. If you were with us last week or 2 weeks ago, you saw some great racing, and also the leaders and the finishing orders. I'll give you a quick view of that. You can see leading the GTEs is Tony Talvitier with the win with 40 points, with Roman Granatovic and William Paz. And over on the P2s, you see Nick Westy finished first, Carl Milton second, and Carl Strohal in third. And there are the top 10 of each class there. So checking that out. It should be a really interesting race today. But while we're at it, I don't want to forget about our sponsors today, Liberty Footwear. They're bringing us these live streams, so let's get a shout out to them. Liberty Footwear, custom footwear built in America, so you can enjoy stylish comfort, performance, and safety. If you're hiking, everyday wear, custom fit boots, handcrafted in Michigan, USA. Don't forget to tell them that Randy sent you. Stop by the website, order yourself some boots, any kind of footwear. Really, they do a wide variety of stuff. But give them a shout and let them know that Randy sent you. All right, so carry on. We have about a few seconds left here, and the qualification is going to begin. Now remember, this qualification is also private, so we're not going to see a bunch of traffic. We are just going to witness the solo cars on track. Excuse me. And so the light turns green, and the light is green, so they are heading out now. Guys are trickling in as we wait here at the end of quality. We might pick up a few more drivers. I know some guys are watching the Formula One race that's going on right now. We do have 15 drivers on the grid, as you can see. Matej took his first out on track, but he is followed closely by Nick Westy, last week's winner. So if you can see just where he is on track, and I'll switch to Westy here, so you can see he's right behind him in the same turn just about, as they take their at laps. Pardon my cough, I'm just recovering from a cold. Got a few views here. I'm trying to figure out the sound on this mod. I can't adjust anything, but you can see these P2s, they're almost like they're electric cars. You can't barely hear anything. But then if I switch to a GTE, let's say, let's have a look at John Vandergeest in the Porsche. And we go to his cockpit view. can see it's a little bit louder, which is what I'm used to. So that beautiful Sim Racing Online painted livery there. All right, it looks like Matej, he is going to be the first one to cross the line for a time lap as he is underway now. He has Westy and Peter Jones right behind him, but we can't see that, so I'll try to get with these times as they come through. Head down one of the, this is the longest straight on the track right here. Goes into that kind of a 80-degree turn, not quite 90, right here. That is turn 4, getting into the turn 5, 6, 7, and then 8, 9 is the pretty technical section here as he's coming into now. As he wraps it tight around. And then this little, almost a chicane style right here coming into, and then coming out of that into turn 10, which is a big carousel style turn. You can see he's purple so far, purple and purple. So he's going to cross the line and put up a time out of the last couple turns here. One turn to go. That was 15. This is turn 16. Coming up right here. And of course, there's no time set, so it's going to show him purple. But Nick Westy is right on his tail, so we're going to see him cross the line. And then Westy right here behind him. And he does jump him just like I figured he would. So Westy with a 144.5. Jones about a tenth and a half off, and then 5/10 off is the Gobbler we just watched. Middleton, a couple seconds off, probably not on a pushed lap. All right, let's check in with the GTE drivers. Granatovich. You can see Granatovich put up a 154. No Talvitier today. He has to work some weekends, so I hope he can make it in a few minutes. He was the winner last race in the GTE, so let's hope that he can make it in. Because Granatovich has that 154 up there, and then Villar and Hightree, I've also posted times, but not competitive as of yet. So let's see what's going on up above here. Taylor, I know Robin Taylor's Nick Westy's teammate. He is on a time lap now. Green in sector 1. We're just under 10 minutes remaining here. Oh, we got a car coming in. There we go. You see that pause like that? That lets me know that Mike Olson just jumped on the server. So, like I said, guys are going to be trickling in this last 10 minutes here. Westy's still up atop. Westy is in the pits right now, and so is and Peter Jones goes ahead and jumps him. Peter Jones just jumped him with a 144.5. So there was Peter Jones's. Let's get back with Taylor and green and green, so not bettering the best times yet. Really having some volume issues. I hope it's okay on the stream. You have the chat open if anybody's in there. Stream is on my phone, and it's about probably a 5-8 second delay, so I can't respond very quickly to that. You can see Taylor 5th at that time. Peter Jones up on top. Where is Mr. Jones? Is he out? Back out. He's yellow in sector 1. Let's get back here with the GTEs. Here is Peter Villar, currently in 3rd, starting a hot lap in that Porsche. Vandergeest has jumped into 2nd. Somebody's exhaust flames there, stuck on the track. These are R Factor 2 things. We all know how that goes. I hope you guys can hear it better than I can. I think I'm turning this down. But if I go to the cockpit, you'll definitely hear it. As we are on board with Peter Villar. As he's just crossing over into sector 3 now. That tricky section. So Villar does not improve. Let's see if Westy's got anything for Mr. Jones. Peter Jones sitting on provisional pole here with just 6.5 minutes remaining. And he is purple in sector 1, so trying to come back on with something for Mr. Peter Jones with that 1:44.5. Westy purple in sector 1. Going through the carousel. Entering sector 3 here. It's 12, 13, 14, and 15. Come across here. Last turn, 16. Oh, we've bumped up. We've lost Westy. My bad. And he was yellow, but he does manage to get him by a couple of tenths. Look at that. As I was all thumbs on the cameras there, but Westy did jump himself back up on pole. Only by that 2 tenths there. So where is Mr. Jones? He's on an out lap. So let's check back down here. We got a couple other drivers. Mark Heitree parked it. Vandergeest is having a travel through the grass there. Mr. Vandergeest. The groundskeepers are not going to be happy with that. And Roman Granatovich in that Austin this week. Purple in sector 1, so he continues to better his time. Faster and faster. Hold on to your ears. You hear the throats of that Austin. Holy smokes. That is something else. I wish the P2s had a little volume like that. So here we go. He is about to cross the line. Where does he better his time? 1:54.6 with a 1:53.049. Almost more than a half a second quicker. So that's the new time to beat for the GTEs is the 1:53. Let's check Carl Middleton in the P2s. And he is coming across, it looks like. And he does not improve. He's almost up, just about a second off. Philip Pichler, who missed last week, but he is here today. Let's check him out. It's on an out lap. There we go. Woody's in the chat. Hey, Woody. All right. Yep. I just handled that. First initial and last name on the leaderboards. Make it a little easier to see. I'm checking down here. No change at the top in P2. Pichler has just started a hot lap. Let's check in with Mike Olson. I don't think he was here last week or 2 weeks ago either. He's also in the Austin. So he's on his, I believe, his first time lap here. Oh, no, he's got one already. So a couple Austin. And Jill's parking it. Stephen Wyndham is out. Let's check on Costas in the P2. Setting his own best lap here, I believe. With 146.2. A little bit off the pace. But I have a feeling in 90 minutes of racing. Oh, hello there. Let's get a little bit of kiss the bumper. There we go. The guardrail saves him. Peter Jones, who's still holding that second position, is starting a hot lap here as we are on the last minute of Q, so this is the last chance to dance. Moving up at all. Is in sector 1 time. Is going to come up here in a minute. You can see he's off a little bit in sector 1. Westy holding that best lap so far, that 144.2. Jason Jones is Matej. Matej is about to come across here. Let's see what he can put up. Oh, no, I guess he just crossed. My bad. He just crossed. My track map is upside down. I keep seeing it the wrong way. So we have an off here. Vandergeest has found himself off. All right, we'll get back up to Scobler. Let's see what he can put across. And he is green in sector 1. As the checkered has been waved, this is the final laps. And Westy with that 144.2 sitting atop, and Granatovich with that 152.9 sitting atop the GTEs. Vandergeest some up 1.8 off on the GTE. As we got some guys coming and going there, you can see on the leaderboard. But and the sector 2 time is off a little bit. Is he going to have enough to jump on top of Peter? I don't think so. Let's see what happens. That target time of 144.2. Comes into turn 16 and goes straight into the pits. So I believe that's it. The finishing order is set, or the starting order. How's that? All right, we are good to go. Starting order is set. You can see it's Westy Jones and Daskobler on the P2s and Granatovich, Vandergeest, and Heitree on the GTE class. So, with that said, we will be ready to race. These guys will be off on their warm-up laps. They're going to probably fill it up with fuel, put the tire of choice on for the start, see how far they can go. This is 90 minutes of racing, so I believe there's going to be a few pit stops, one if not two for sure. So we will pay attention to that as we wait. Just a little bit, get a quick look at this track here, show you what's up with the Buddh International. You can see there is 16 turns. You can see how technical it is. Going to be some interesting racing today, so let's hope for the best. Let these guys keep their wits about them. There's kind of a look at some of the cars here they'll be racing today. Some of the GTEs, the Ferrari, the flat six Porsche RSR, and the Alpine A450, the Gibson, Ginetta, the P2, the Liger. Lots of P2s to choose from. I'm not sure if they're all being represented here today, but not as many GTEs, but you get the idea. Look at all those P2s. Yeah, and there is the Austin. The BMW M3, one of my faves. And the Corvette with its throat. And the Ferrari. So there you have. Good look at what the cars are. So a couple guys out on track. Here's a look at Costas. As well as Matej. Let's see who else. Ed Jones. We got to go look at Ed Jones in that Corvette. We didn't see him too much in quali, if at all. And then Peter Villar, who was up there for a minute in that Porsche, currently holding fourth. Mark Heitree parking it. Vandergeest in that yellow Porsche, he's also parking it. Gilles is out. There's Gilles in the black Sim Racing Online Porsche. This Enduro mod is such a good mod. I mean, it brings back a lot of memories. Of course, it's been around for a while. They've updated it. What a great modding team. Really fun to race. Do have a few issues with the sound, though. As you can see on the onboards. So, here's the onboard. And then we'll switch to Roman. Maybe it's just that those beefy V8s just have so much. Hello! Oh, I love that. That is good stuff. As we are under 2 minutes left in warm-up. Hoping to get a few more on the grid, but it is what it is. Got 8 P2s and 7 GTEs. Got pole sitter for the P2s. And Nick Westy, as he heads down that long straight. See what kind of speed he can get up to here. It is in miles per hour. 169, 170. Just peaked 170 before he had to hit the skids. Nicely done as we are in the last 30 seconds of warm-up here. All right, there we have it. The checkered flag is out, and that signals the end of warm-up. We are ready to go racing. 90 minutes of battle at Buddh International Circuit. A couple guys still out on track. As you are ready for those most famous words in sim racing about to be heard.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
All non-essential personnel leave the grid now. There we go. All right. Let's see how they stack up here. Should be taking the grid here in a second. There we go. So what they are going to do, a manual formation lap. Let's take a look at the starting order as they start their lap. You can see Nick Westy, Peter Jones, Vitej Tetscavaler, Carl Milton in the top four in the P2 class. Then fifth we have Robin Taylor, Costas, Philip Pilcher, and Costas sixth and seventh, and Michael LaBelle in that final eighth spot. Then to the GTEs. Remember Roman Granadovich with that ripping pole lap. John Vandergeest in the Porsche. Second, Mark Hightree. Third, and Peter Villar fourth. Followed by Ed Jones fifth, Stefan Winham, and Sheila De Silva bringing up the rear of the GTEs. So there you have that. As they make their way down the long back straight for the first time. And I should say for the last time at ease, because the next time down this straight, it's going to be full blast. See, 90 minutes of racing. So we add a couple minutes at 1:31, 35. That minute 35 is to allow for the warm-up lap and the manual formation lap, rather. They make it through that intricate little 5, 6, 7, and then 8 and 9, a little semi-chicane right here. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of action right around there. There's Westy, Jones, and Mataj as they go through the carousel, as I'm naming it. That hourglass kind of turn. Entering Sector 3. You see the Sector 3 line is just about where that overbridge is. Get ready. Coming up to turn 16. This is 15 here. Last chance to be a nice guy. And they are lined up pretty good. Let's start about third back and see what happens. We are focused on Matej here. Let's see, in the red car. As soon as he turns the corner, it's pedal to the metal, and the race is on. Here we go. we are racing at Buddha, round 2 of the 2025 Asian Series Enduro Racers. You see Westy out to a brilliant start, getting the loop. You see Matesh looking to the inside really quick. Off to a really good start, though. Everybody's getting through. Here comes Pichler. All nice and order. Let's get LaBelle in the back, and let's check the GTEs as they come across. Granatovich off to a good start. Vandergeest right behind him, but he's got pressure right away from Mark Hightree. The GTEs make it through. There is Villar. Okay, back to the pointy end. Here comes Westy down that long straight into that turn 4. Done, and Mataj right there with him. He's looking for the spot on the outside. He's going to get around. Mataj and Jones are battling. As Jones gives way, Mataj holding on to second place. And Middleton just behind them, waiting for something to happen. Oh, he's got a little bit of foot in the dirt there. We'll put the battle box up there so you kind of see who's who and what. We got these guys are fighting right here for fourth position, or third position rather. Jones, and then just behind them, Pichler and Costas are duking it out. But there is Mataj. So this group at the top. Down in the GTEs, we have the 2 Porsches. Peter Villar putting a little pressure on Vandergeest as Granatovich has that little bit of a gap there. There is Roman. You see, he's got that quick. He was so quick. So back to the pointy end, the fourth place battle here. Third, fourth, and fifth, all bunched up right there. So you can see Mataj in second place, just ahead. He's going for a move on the inside. Defended really well by Middleton, Peter Jones, rather. There is Jones. Guys battle it out. Give a little track map action. You can kind of see they're spreading out pretty good now. Excuse me. It's Taylor's trying to persuade his way through. Excuse me. As this 3-way battle for third place unfolds, you can see just up ahead there in the foreground, second place, Mataj ahead of these 3. Oh, as Taylor has a little bit of trouble there. Loses a little bit of pace. But Villar is all over Middleton. Or Middleton, rather, all over Villar. Here is Carl. They're heading into that 11, 12, 13, 14 section coming out of 15. Coming out 16 for the straightaway here. He looks to the inside. He gets a good exit. But Middleton. Taylor just behind Middleton here. Able to close. You see Westy up ahead there on the track map. Getting a little bit of pressure. Oh, and he's got it off. Oh, keep it off the wall. He's just put himself in a bad shape there. Let's go on board with him. Looks like his steering is still straight. Getting past. Taylor, Pichler, Middleton. There are those 2. Here is Taylor. Costas applying pressure. Whoa, just keeping it off of him. They spread it out a little bit. Jumping back just a little bit, 5 and 6. Let's check the GTEs as Vandergeest and Heitre have exchanged positions. Heitre now in second place. Let's see if John, hold your ears. If that Porsche has anything for that vet. That flat 6 versus that American V8 muscle. There they go. Into that carousel. See if the Porsche should have the advantage in the turns. See what happens here. Closes up. So somehow Vandergeest was passed by Heitre in that bet. So Vandergeest might have had a moment. We just don't know. We weren't watching. Well, let's check back up here because we have that third place battle. Peter Jones is under pressure from Carl Middleton now. Looking for the path. Trying to get the inside. But Jones defends good, but he comes off the track and comes a little bit of a swishy-washy. He's going to open the door for Middleton. As he's looking, tried to put himself on the inside for that next little section. And as they enter this technical part of the track right here, guys are kicking up some dust. See, Tony Talvitia has checked in the chat, telling everybody have a good one. Hope no P2 GTE drama, as he's very familiar with this. He seems to be right in the middle of it. He did have a really great race with AC the other day in the Formula Challenge. Very clean racing. Things happen in multi-class racing. It's just the way it is. It's in the real world too, man. You got to have thick skin to be a racer, especially this multi-class stuff. Meanwhile, Vandergeest and Heitre are still at it. You can see Vandergeest just kicking up some dust there as he's trying to put the pressure on Heitre. Hold on to your ears. We're going into the cockpit with Vandergeest. You see the Porsche is a little bit quieter than the, say, the Austin, the Beamer, and the V8 of the Chevy in front. But Heitre out in front. There, see the difference. Let's see if I can find that rear cam for Heitre. That bad. My goodness. Sound check. There's the view I was looking for. Vandergeest would close up here as they head into that crazy section. They're up on the long straight here. Vandergeest loses the rear end a little bit there. Settles in. Yeah, Porsche's got good straight end speed, but that vet just he seems to be able to hold himself out front there. As you can see, the rest of the class coming up behind him. Let's check up at the pointy end. Westy with Matej keeping him in check there. He's staying right with him. See the gap there from first to second. Good driving going on here. Meanwhile, back down to this GTE battle as Vandergeest has closed that gap. 0.5 behind within a second. Of course, no DRS from these babies, but he'd be using it if he had it. I'm looking throughout the track map. I don't see any battles closer than this one right now. The battle for third and fourth in the P2s is getting a little juicy up there, so we might have a look at that. But it looks like Vandergeest is looking for a way through. They come out of 16. Or 15 rather, into 16. And Heitria, a little bit of a moment there. As you can see, Peter Villar is sitting in the background back here, just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. Okay, meanwhile, Middleton and Jones are at it. Middleton looking for that last up on the podium in this early stage of this 90-minute race. Does he have anything for him? Out of turn 15. Down the start finish straight. Let's see what he's got. Looking to the inside, thinks better of it as Peter makes his car as wide as possible. Nicely done. And again, keeping that gap under a second is Matej Descobler with Nick Westy just ahead of these guys. He's keeping that gap down, 0.7. You see him just up in the foreground there. Well, I'm trying to see if Carl's going to try and put a move, or is he happy? Remember, these guys are thinking of tire wear as well. As you can see that also Taylor and Costas just behind this group. So they've kind of bunched up. The P2s have kind of found themselves all in 2x2x2. The closest race, of course, is right here. And then the next closest race is back in these GTEs. So let's see as they head into the twisties, and it looks like, oh, I thought he was going to lose it there. I thought Peter went a little bit out of whack there. Lost a little bit of the rear end and was going to open the door, but nope, he pulls it off as he does a little crop dusting. You can see these guys are using all of the track. All right, let's get to the leaders because the leaders are going through the lap traffic now here for the first time. Here we go. Coming up on the 14th place car, Jill up there next as they just got through Stefan Winham. So as these guys falter and filter, you can see the gap was going to close. It's Westy making his way through the traffic. Matej right there with him. As these guys got through clean, as you can see Gilles right there in that black Porsche. So that kind of bunches the whole group up a little bit. We got a good battle, and now these guys are going to have to get through next. So next to go through will be Jones and Middleton. They are about a turn away. And Costas and Robin Taylor are also like this. So you see these four. It's Jones, Middleton, Taylor, and Patasaurus, all kind of keeping it within the same zip code there. Doing a good job of staying in this thing with each other. As you can see now down this long straight, they're about to catch the GTEs. What else? What else? What else? There's Taylor. Okay, they're making their way through. Taylor gets on the inside of Winham. Followed by Cantasaurus and Pichler. Philip Pichler just also getting through, as well as LaBelle. Oh, or not LaBelle. There was Pichler there. That was Costas, my bad. Here's the cheater bar. See, there we go. So Costas is in the red 24. I'll figure it out. Meanwhile, this battle for the podium just ahead of these two right here. Carl still all over Peter, and Peter defending beautifully. We are just 15 minutes in. Middleton closing. They head down the straight. Is he going to have something? He's going to look like he's going to make a move. He's got a good toe. He's going to the outside. Jones defending. Keeping his car just in the right spot. And Middleton now on the inside, but he loses the rear a little bit. That's going to cost him. And you can see Taylor right there just sitting in the wings waiting to see what's next. There is Taylor watching this fight unfold in front of him as Middleton goes wide, but he's still got position. He's off track again, and that's going to allow Taylor to catch up. These guys are fighting. For Costas, Taylor, and Middleton, this whole group of P2s all bunched up, 3rd through 5th. But Matash is up in the pointy end just ahead. Matash is actually caught the back end of Westy here in traffic. Excuse me. You can see Peter Villar, I believe that is, up there in the brown Porsche. He's using the car, try to use it as a pick there to get through. That might be High Tree right there, so that's High Tree. Will be next to get past down the straight here. Should be an easy pass. Best place to pass, of course. It doesn't cost anybody any time this way. So High Tree. The P2 should get through and just barely does. So this battle for the lead has tightened up. Meanwhile, what happened to Vandergeest? He has dropped down. You can see now Villar has taken over. So Vandergeest, we might have missed a little bit of action there. Might have had some fun with the groundskeeper again. We just don't know. So you can see behind him, there's quite a buildup of cars. And here is Ed Jones just behind Vandergeest now. As this battle for 3rd is just behind these guys. So there is the 3rd place car. And 4th place is just making a move on the inside. There it is. There's the path we've been looking for. Middleton takes advantage of the pick and goes to the inside and makes a beautiful pass on Jones. They're taking that 3rd spot away from him. Jones got anything in the tank for him. As you can see, Vandergeest should be next. Maybe he can return the favor. Oh, and he uses it beautifully for a block, and that is Peter Jones is kind of stuck behind the GTE. Allowing Taylor to move up a little bit there, as Taylor's now behind Vandergeest. But what a great pass by Middleton there. Using the GTEs to his advantage and doing a beautiful pick and then bolting to the inside on a really nice pass. Putting himself on the temporary 3rd place podium as we are into the first 20 minutes of this race. Excuse me. That's some crazy business there. Meanwhile, at the very tail end, we have a really nice little battle here with Stefan and Gilles. So Stefan Winham, hello. Going through the gears on that Austin. Just keep in touch with Gilles there for 14th and 15th overall, and 5th and 6th in the, or 7th and 8th, whatever the heavens to bits they are. Okay, meanwhile, to the pointy end, from one end to the other. Mataj really staying strong in this race, chasing Westy. Not letting him get away, as Westy is accustomed to. You know, Westy's got clean air out in front of him, and just can run away from the field in most cases. And then just behind them, Peter Jones using the traffic again. Trying to find his way back. But it looks like Matej here in 2nd place has got to the bumper of Westy as they come around turn 16. Let's see what he's got down the start-finish straight. Not really able to gain. Let's see what happens down this long. Wherever in the heck they are. Oh, now they're. Yeah, now they're coming into 15, 16. Oh, there's the straight. He gets a little piece of him. He's gotten a piece. And Matej, realizing his mistake, being the gentlemanly motor, is letting Westy back into it without running away. So, due to the bump, he's going to give that position back. As he does, putting Westy back out in front. So, that is some really good fair play there by Matej Descobler. Nicely done. In the meantime, it looks like Villar had a off in the GTE. He just had an off. That was the yellow that you saw. He is back on track, so no harm, no foul. As these guys get back into it after the slight tap and then giving the position back. So nicely done there. Meanwhile, Peter Jones is going to have something for Middleton. He's tightened it up. As this 4, 5, and 6 battle is really tight. See Taylor again just right back here waiting for the mistake. They make it through that carousel. So all three of these guys are in good shape. Then Vandergeest now. Let's see. Vandergeest currently in third in the GTE. Let's see. 11th overall. Coming up on Philip Pichler. Or Philip Pichler just got through, perhaps. And then now Taylor. Back to the battle for 4th and 5th. Here we go. Taylor just hanging in there. He has caught the tail end of Peter Jones. Comes through turn 3. This is where the bump happened for the leaders, and now down this long straight. Let's see if Taylor's got anything. If he can get the toe. Not a lot there. Is he going to look to the outside? You know the inside's going to be blocked, but maybe he's going to do the over-under. There he is. He's peeking to the inside. He's trying to make it. Oh, just not enough room. But we also have a battle for the lead going on right now, but it looks like Westy has pulled back out front. So we'll stick with this little battle because this is very close. I was eyeballing first and second there. As you can see on your track map in the upper right, first and second. Duking it out pretty good. As well as 10th place down here. With the, oh, that's High Tree with the Proto going through. The 7th place car of Philip Fischler is getting through High Tree now on the track map as you see that 10th place. But the leaders now, let's get to the leaders because here is Westy coming through into turn 16 with the 9th place car. The 1st place GTE to Roman Granatovic just in front of him there. So leader passing leader in class here. As you can see, Granatovic even used a little bit of brake there just to let these guys through. He's like, get off my back. Can't you see I'm winning the race here? Because Granatovic has just put himself way out. You can see that gap from Granatovic to High Tree is massive. All right, here is High Tree. Currently, or here's High Tree, my bad. He's currently in second. See, like it's a 30-plus second gap. How did Roman get so far out in front? We don't know. But meanwhile, the battle in the tail end is going on. And Stefan Winham is really putting the pressure on Gil da Silva and that Porsche as these guys are duking it out. That Austin. All that horsepower. As they head down the start-finish straight. Pretty spread out. These guys, this is the tightest battle right here, right now, as you can see by your track map. Third, fourth, and fifth of the P2 are a little bit spread out now, but we'll jump back up there. This is pretty stable here. As Gilles is holding his own. We'll see what happens in the turn here. As Wenham sticking with him. Anyway, Back up here. This is Carl Middleton, currently in third. As the 9th place car of Roman Granatovich is now being pressured by the P2s as they cross the line. Yet let another class through. And here come the chasers, Jones and Taylor. Costas has just dropped back a little bit from this group. He is some ways back of the leader anyway. As the last to get through here will be Jones as he gets by on the long straight. There's Granatovich, gives way to the other class. So now let's see if Jones can close in on Taylor, because Taylor has optimally swapped spots with Jones as we were elsewhere. Battle for the lead here. Under a second is the gap. It's the first and second place cars. Check back with 5th place Peter Jones. See if he's got ahead of him there. Taylor and Middleton. As we are approaching 1/3 of the way through here, 62.5 minutes remaining. Cars are pretty spread out, but a little bit closer is Granatovich here. That is the 6th place car of Costas Gontasaurus, just getting through the GTE leader there in the Austin. So Costas finds himself down in 6th now. Matej still in 2nd. Middleton, Peter Jones, and Taylor will battle as they get through the. There is Gil da Silva in the Porsche. Oh, look out, look out. Oh, hitting the brakes. Somebody was in the wrong lane there. Almost a disaster. But Taylor avoids the collision. These GTEs guys got to hold their line, man, and just let these faster cars find their way around. That's the proper way to do it. It's hard to do. So what do we got? The 4th. This is 5th place Taylor chasing 4th place Peter Jones. Down to start finish. Turn there is what I'm looking for. To head down the straight, the longest straight on the track. Good exit by Jones there. Seems like he's able to pull away a little bit. Let's see what happens on the brakes. Is he closing in on the brakes? Not really. Looks like the closest battle on the track. Looks like LaBelle just got... Oh, he's got a little bit of an off there. Peter's having trouble, and that's going to allow Taylor to get around him, but he doesn't. somehow he manages to hold his own on that off-track excursion. I don't know, the stewards might have a look at that, but he did not gain an advantage. He still had the advantage, so it wasn't like he gained a position by going off track. He just held his own position somehow, miraculously. I don't know how. Taylor, it's like, wow. They've got some lap traffic now. This is the 14th place car of Stefan Winham. Oh, watch out, watch out. Oh my God, holy canola. That put Winham in a spin, I believe, yeah, and but he's back in action. Good night. Sometimes it's hard to see when you're looking for the apex. But that was almost a disaster for Winham and Taylor. So Taylor's had some luck, but it's all been bad luck. As you would think he could have taken the advantage there when Jones had the off, but just wasn't able to do so. And then he almost gets taken out. Good heavens. All right. Mataj and Westy for the lead here. As we are 58 minutes remaining, just over. We've got cars all over the place. That is 13th place car Villar just ahead here. Looks like he had a little bit of an issue as Middleton now has separated himself. Middleton is back in between between fourth and second with a huge gap. 12 seconds, some 12 seconds to a second. And then Peter Jones just behind him there. So you see fourth, fifth, and sixth. As it tightens up a little bit, seventh place Fischler back here, making his way through the GTEs. As we head back to the pointy end. So DeScobler has been hanging in there this whole race. Just staying with the leader, Westy. Also the current points leader. See what happens down the straight here. They've got Ed Jones as the next GTE to get through, just ahead of him there. Not able to close that gap down the straight. See if he can outbrake him a little bit there. But Vandergeest has gotten back around High Tree in the GTE class. Whilst the P2s were battling, the GTEs have been exchanging positions with the exception of Granatovich, who's way out front. Let's have a look here. Where is the two next? Yeah, look at that. Gap to next. So 44 seconds out front is Granatovich. But High Tree and Vandergeest are right within a second of each other. See what kind of tires these guys are using at this point. Positions gained right there, you can see. And everybody, a couple guys on softs, most everybody on the medium. Up on top, the P2s. It looks like the Scobbler's on the softs. That could pay off for Westy. As we better get back to this Westy battle. But I was looking at this Vandergeest and High Tree battle. As first and second here is under attack. As they're coming up on the last of the P2 class. I believe that is LaBelle. All right. Back to the track, man. So, of course, they're bunched up a little bit now. So you can see things are heating up. Really want to keep an eye on this high tree battle. Hold your ears. That's V8 power right there. Oh, things are getting a little greasy. I think the tires are starting to get a little greasy. Got about 35 minutes on them so far. And the P2 class in the mid pack here, 4th, 5th, and 6th. So you can see Peter Jones now in 5th as Taylor got around. Middleton happily in 3rd with a huge gap in front and behind, so not to worry. But the leaders here are caught more GT. This is the high tree Vandergeest GTE battle that the leaders of the P2 class are going to try and get through now. You see the blue flag flashing there. Here comes Piscabler. Westie's made it through high tree. And high tree's wisely moves to the outside. As you can see, Vandergeest taking the outside line, but he does keep his apex. Let's go, you guys. P2s, you got to find a way around. You cannot force these GTEs out of their line. You need to find a way around. You have to be patient. And, of course, this allows Buddh to catch up, so making for some good racing there. Nicely done. As Vandergeest obeying the rules and holding his line as he should. Letting this battle for the lead of the P2 class ensue. Oh, man. We miss you, Tony. Roman here. No battle for Roman in front. But anyway, back to this. Here we go. He's looking for a spot. This could be the one. As he hit the turn 16, is he going to do the over-under? He's going to look through the outside, go to the inside, hit on the gas, but Westie's just got too clean a line coming through there. He's looking to the inside again. Hard on the brakes as they get through turns 1, 2, and hitting turn 3 here. The little tight kink down the straight. Let's see if he has anything for him. Westie, I presume, is using really the lowest downforce he can to still keep his rear end on the ground back there. So he's usually pretty quick down the straights. As Buddh, I'm sure, knows well by now, as he's been chasing him for the last 35 minutes. Meanwhile, Costas and Peter Jones are having a little bit of a flex here. He's caught up a little bit. You see the distance between 5th place just ahead there for Costas. And then back here, High Tree. More traffic in the GTE with the P2s coming through. So here is High Tree currently in 3rd GTE. And that is the 3rd place car, Middleton, getting through. Well as I believe that's LaBelle in 8th right there. Or 2's in 10th. Oh, 7th? Is that? Alright, we got to cheat. It's LaBelle, just like I thought. He's going to get through Vandergeest now. But he doesn't. Excuse me. Now Vandergeest gets out of the way. Nicely done. Okay, back to the pointy end. As this battle for the lead has gone on the entire race. 40 minutes deep we are, and these guys have not left each other's zip code yet. Very nice. then behind them, we got 4th place Taylor and Middleton have kind of separated a little bit. They're coming up on the High Tree Vandergeest battle now. Taylor looks to get through High Tree and does. Can he get a twofer? Vandergeest keeping on his apex there. As Taylor finds his way now on the inside, getting through. Nicely done. High Tree. You see in the mirrors there is another Pete getting through. That is Peter Jones, 5th place car. That means right behind him is Costas. Now making his way through as he slapped. This is where all the action happens. Vandergeest holding his line. He's off a little bit, but Costas gets through. All right. That does heat the battle a little bit here for High Tree. Lets him close in a little bit. Vandergeest. The BOP on this mod is pretty good, as you can tell, but nobody's really that much quicker, which is awesome because it comes down to driver skill. And Enduracers' whole theory behind this is, you know, have driver on driver. Try to keep it the BOP. They did a really good job with this mod. I'm also really impressed with the track mod, the modder of this track. It's beautiful for R Factor 2. It's really good. Anyway, battle for the lead as they're going through the pit cars. Buddh is all over Westy once again as they make their way through yet another group. The 14th place car of Stephen Winham. See it coming through the start finish straight. Does Buddh have anything? Oh, hard on the brakes is Westy. Buddh looking to the outside. I'm thinking tire wear is starting to come into play. Now remember, Buddh has the softs and Westy's got the mediums, so you would think it's about time. Buddh is probably running out of tire, but he seems to be able to stay right with Westy. And then Costas and Jones behind him, as you can see, 5th and 6th as they're just entering Sector 3. On the track map. See if Buddh has anything, and I'm going to jump back and check on these guys. It looks like he's got through. Excuse me. So here's the 5th place battle here. That is the 8th place car, LaBelle, going down a lap in the P2 class, I believe. Peter Jones. Here is Costas right behind him as they take the kink there. Turn 4. They're coming up. I believe it's that Peter Villar. No. Renatovich. Vandergeest, now in second, has holding off High Tree still. So that exchange that we missed about 15 minutes ago at some point in time, I'm sorry we missed that. Vandergeest had an eventful race. We've missed a lot of his action, but it appears that he was down in 4th or 5th at one point in time. Now he's back into 2nd. It's a race for 2nd and 3rd, as Les Granatovich has issues, because here is Roman. He's just out in front. He is now lapping Villar. So I believe he's putting Villar a lap down. Villar, 5th place in class. Here is Hightree, sticking with Vandergeest. As we go back to the tippy top, as Skobler also keeping with Westy as best he can as they're hitting on the traffic now. That looks like the car of Gilles de Silva, and there's a contact again. Wow, so a little bit of pinball going on there, but no harm, no foul. Everybody's okay. We saw that. It's going to happen with multi-class racing. Guys are going to have to just be patient. Use a little bit of common sense when they're getting through these guys. As the next GTE to pass is Peter Villar in that gold and black Porsche. It's a really nice looking livery. As Westy gets through and Matej follows. And they're coming up on the GTE leader, Roman Granatovich, who just put Villar down a lap. He is next. If you can see him up there. What's going to happen here? See Westy getting a little squirrely there. I'm really curious. I had a couple of apps that were going to show tire wear and everything, and I tested it last night with Vandergeest, but it only worked when there was one car on the server. Excuse me. As soon as more than one car was on the server, the thing just went blank. So I was using Tiny Pedal. That's what's bringing you the track map up there. It also had a tire temperature, tire wear, and damage and all that stuff, which worked fine if there was just one car on the server. And that was me being in spectate mode, which I'm in now. But apparently, as soon as I added some cars, it failed. So we don't have it today. I thought it would be cool. You could see the tire wear and damage, but nope. Meanwhile, Costas just got through the 13th place car at Jones. You can see him just behind him there. What else we got going on here? 10th place battle here, Vandergeest. So Hightree's pitting. So there is your first pit stop of the day. Is Hightree. So the undercut on the GTE, perhaps on Vandergeest. We do not know. As the 6th place car of Philip Pichler just got by Vandergeest. See him there. Pichler currently in 6th in the P2 class. And meanwhile, these guys just Costas or Matej somehow staying with Westy, even though he's on the softs. He is the tire whisperer, making these things last. He hasn't even fallen off. So you would think that Westy has the advantage on the mediums, being able to hold the lead and not let what could be the quicker tire of the Skobler through. So that's a win for Westy, keeping the Skobler on the soft tires behind him this whole time. Not that he could have run away with it anyway. He's just holding pace. So really curious to see how this works out. So Robin Taylor is the first P2 to pit. So Taylor's in the pits. All right. And we have an off. Carl Middleton has found himself spinning like a top, but he's back in. I think that's the GTE of Peter Villar closing in on him, but he'll be able to run away from that. So the 3rd place Carl Middleton, who had that beautiful gap, still has a huge gap to 4th place Costas. So it really didn't hurt him, but it didn't help him either. Let's see where I'm going to check on Vandergeest. Stayed out. Where is Hightree? Hightree is back out. in 4th, 12th overall. Here is Ed Jones. Okay, Matash is in the pits. So Matash, with those soft tires, has come in for his stop. So that's going to give Westy some breathing room. Curious to see what's going to happen here with Vandergeest. As Peter Villar now finds himself in 3rd after the pit stops. Oh, and the 9th place car of Roman is... Roman had a little bit of an off there. Looks like that who's that going to unlap himself as Peter Villar gets to unlap himself for now from Granatovich. As Descobler finds himself in 4th, and the 7th place car of Peter Jones also having trouble. So I'm thinking the tire wear is coming into play here as these guys are starting to get squirrely. Things are starting to go wrong. So the Scobbler should be coming out now. So here comes the Scobbler. Looks like he's going to come out in 5th. Yes. So the Scobbler's out of the pits in 5th place. Middleton bumps up into 2nd. My, that brightness thing keeps getting. So where are we at? Holy smokes. Westies just lapped LaBelle, I believe. That's Michael LaBelle. She's the cheater bar. No, it's Peter Jones in 7th. My bad. So LaBelle is in 8th behind him. So Jones, after that little bit of a spin, who was up there, had a pretty decent quality time, has now been lapped by the leader. So that's not probably a feel-good moment for Peter. Jones pitted as well, so that's what it was. Thank you, Woody. I remember now. We've got a couple of fastest laps out here so far today, and Peter Jones, who just trying to stay with the leader there to get his lap back, has a 1:45.7, which is the fastest lap of the race for the P2s. And of course, Roman Granatovich has a 1:53.8 for the GTEs. Those are your two fastest laps. So I really wanted to see if Vandergeest was going to pit on the Mark Hightree undercut, but it's like he is just staying out there. There is Hightree, currently in 4th. So after the pit stops, things are really spread out. There's Costas in 3rd. We have no attacks happening at this moment. We have Fischler getting through the GTE. And everybody is pretty spread out. So those pit stops really throw a wrench in the spokes here. Get everybody mixed up. B12. Here's Hightree. Currently in 4th. Peter Villar was part of the winner on these pit stops so far because we saw him all the way down in 5th, almost in 6th at one point in time. And now he finds himself in 3rd in class. But I believe he's yet to pit, so. There we have that. So Matash still in 5th after the pit stop. Fischler in 4th, just ahead. Got about a 3-second gap on him. And Fischler's yet to pit, so once the pit stops all phase out, we should be back on order. And Costas is in now. So Cantazaurus pits. Middleton still holding 2nd. So he's getting past now as they go, as these guys get pit down through the start finish. And there's an off there. That is Gilles again. De Silva had a moment, another moment with the multi-class. Let's see. Costas is 5th. He's going to drop down to 6th. Taylor's just going by now. So Taylor picks up 5th. Here comes the leader, Westy. So the pit stops are going to put 6th place down the lap. And it looks like Costas is going to come out in 7th. 8th place is LaBelle way back. So the battle now is mid-pack for 3rd place, and the gap is, what, about a second? Is this actually a battle for 3rd and 4th? As they get through the 12th place car of High Tree. So yes, these guys are actually fighting now for position. High Tree in the middle there. So Pitchler, and we saw he has not pitted yet. It's Costas ends. So lengthy pit stop for Cactosaurus. And I think Matej is going to be able to get through Pitchler on the older tire. Just a matter of time. As you can see, the Matej should have an advantage here in the twisties. So keep our eye on Westy if he's going to come in on those mediums. And Westy's staying out. It's this battle for 3rd place. What else we got? These guys are getting through the traffic now. Let's see what happens. That is Peter Villar in that golden black Porsche. As Pitchler gets through. And now Matej. And next in line is Stefan Whittam in that Austin as he goes out into the colorful offside. As Matej finds his way, around Pitchler using the GTEs as a pick. And of course, Pitchler on Ward tires. We expected that anyway. And he's also going to make his way through, I believe that is LaBelle there. Yeah, Michael LaBelle. Currently in 7th. So he lets the 3rd place car of Matej through. So meanwhile, Middleton yet to pit and Westy yet to pit. But the gap between 1st and 2nd is some 25 seconds, so I believe that is less than a pit stop, but still, with Westy's strategy, I think it's going to keep him in the lead, and we will find out. As he stays out yet again. Meanwhile, Pitchler trying to stay with Matej, but I think Matej is going to be able to run away with those pressure tires. Really technical part of the track here. As we are at the 30-minute mark, so we are just about 60 minutes in. And we have a new fastest lap now set by none other than Nick Westy of 45.7 for the P2 class. Bernardovich still holding on to the 53.7 for the GTEs. All right, I'm looking. Westy's getting through traffic. Will McWesty's probably going to splash and dash and go to the end. There's only 30 minutes remaining. And Vandergeest currently in second in the GTEs. Is Peter Jones. Once was up a little bit higher in this race. Lined himself in 6th position. So Peter Villar in 3rd GTE. He's a lap down to Vandergeest though, so this is going to be some tough sledding for these guys. As here is Vandergeest about to get passed by one of the P2s. As he wisely just lets him through. That is Carl Middleton, 2nd place GTE that just got through. I mean P2 that just got through. So Middleton holding his own. Pichler trying to stay with Matej here. But I believe we need a pit stop for Mr. Pichler. And Costas now is about to skid around LaBelle, I believe. So it's good to go to the end now. Contathoris. So still a few cars yet to pit here, so there's going to be some exchanges. We've got some off as, holy smokes, yes, and that was LaBelle taking the scenic route as Costas gets around. So LaBelle finding a little bit of the grass, but no harm, no foul. Here's the 2nd place, Middleton. And 1st place, Nick Westy, getting through the traffic. And I believe that's Pichler, who we also just got through in P2. 4th place, Pichler. No, who was that? Was it Taylor? Or is Taylor? Well, we're going to have to cheat. No, it's Jones. Okay, Peter Jones. Had to hit the cheater bar. A lot of action, but no challenging for position as we speak. So let's jump on board with Westy, our leader. Oh, the 15th place car of De Silva is at and off. Just for your info. Vandergeest is getting around him now. Another news. Westy from the outside to the inside over Peter Villar. So Westy yet to pit. Pushing and pushing and pushing. I believe that's LaBelle back there. He takes the turn 4 kink, head into the 5, 6, 7 section. Kind of with this aerial view, you kind of get a good idea of this, how technical this is. Left, left, right, and the little mini chicane. Alrighty. Durgananovich, leader of the GTEs. LaBelle's going to go around here at some point in time. That is LaBelle, who's the 12th place car of Peter Villar, has had an off. So Villar finds himself off track. Not going to really cost him. I believe he's in 4th still. High Tree's back into 3rd. And when is Westy going to pit, as we are at the 25-minute mark, just under 25 minutes. And there it is, just as I called it. So leader's into pit. Where is Middleton? Coming now through turn 16 is Middleton. And he's following him, so Middleton pitting as well. So he's following the leader in with that 5, 6, 8 second gap that there was. That's where is Matej now. Skobler, who pitted first, currently in 3rd, but he is so far back. He's in the carousel now, so this is not going to work. As Westy's already out, so but that was the quickest pit stop ever. With Matej, Carl is still in. So that should ice it for Westy. I wonder if he stayed on the mediums and just did a splash and dash, because it looks like that's what happened with no tire change. See, he's still on the medium, so I'm thinking that's what happened. I'm thinking that Westy just did a splash and dash. You see, he's got almost 40 seconds on Matej now. Oh, man. So, I guess Westy is the tire whisperer. Fischler up 3 positions so far, but yet to pit, so we shall see. So, yeah, softs for the Skobler again. Hards for Fischler, so he stayed out. Softs for Middleton, as you can see down there. And all but Villar and Ed Jones look like they're on the mediums for the GTEs, as you can see there. Just a little something to keep in the back of your mind. As this thing winds down, we are coming up on the 22-minute mark. So I was hoping that they would tighten up a little bit after the pit stops. But we'll have to keep our eye on 3rd place Fischler back here, because I believe he's yet to pit as well. Middleton out of the pit stop is in 4th. So let's see. He is not actually that far back. Fischler. About 9 seconds back. See on the track map there that that's place. If he might be able to catch Fischler. Middleton is who I'm talking about. Middleton might be able to catch Fischler. There he is. And he's already closed that gap down to 8, 7. It's coming down as I speak. So, as you can see, because Fischler is pitting. So, there is the pit stop. This is going to move Carl up into 3rd. So, Carl finds himself back on the podium again with some 20-plus minutes remaining, as he navigates his way around here. And now Taylor is going to get through Fischler. So Taylor finds himself back up in 4th, as Fischler goes back down to pretty much going to be where he was. If Peter Jones might be able to get him as well, as Peter Jones was also in the pit. And also Granatovich is in the pits. So there you see the GTE leader in the pit. So see what happens here. Whatever happened with Vandergeest, Here is Vandergeest. He's coming around that last turn with Gennadovich. Roman's still in the pits. Vandergeest some ways back as Roman's now about ready to roll here. Here comes John. He is just going into turn, what, 14, 13? So Gennadovich rolling and back out in the lead by a mile. So no chance for Vandergeest to even get close. And has Vandergeest even pitted yet? I missed that, so. All right, here we are. We're set up for the last 20 minutes of this race as we got 19 minutes exactly in 5 seconds. And everybody is so spread out that the only challenges are going to be guys that are quicker after the pit stop. The leaders of P1 and P and GTE are all spread out. Here is Westy. He's some 41 seconds out in front of Mataj. That's an unbelievable lead, and there is Mataj. It was bumper to bumper with him for the first 35, 40 minutes of this race, till the pit stops. Oh, we got somebody off in the dirt. Is that Jones? I believe it was Jones, yep. Jones in 6th. And Pichler's in 5th. How far ahead is Pichler? He's all the way up there. So, yeah, 5th place is quite a ways away. Almost a pit stop away from Jones. Here is Jones. Meanwhile, getting through the traffic just ahead. That is Ed Jones right there, currently in 13th. He's got a lap on Wynnum, just right behind him there. Well, I'm looking for some battles. We got a lot of traffic, just traffic wars right now. There is Costas in 7th. These guys, the 14th Wynnum. Classes get through. That is Roman Gennadovich right there getting through Stefan Wynnum, 14th place guard overall. 6th place in class. The Shields is 7th. We don't have any DNFs yet, and LaBelle's in the pits. I say, yeah, that we've made it to almost 16 minutes left without a DNF. That's pretty good. So, 8th place LaBelle pitting. And Vandergeest currently 2nd in GTE, having a really strong performance today. Not Porsche. Jones happily along in 5th. See, the traffic is coming. What do we have here? That's 3rd place Middleton closing in. Middleton gets through Jones. And next I believe was Gennadovich, who's just up there, who just put Jones down a lap. as they make their way through the GTEs yet again. This is coming up on Villar next. On board with Carl. See the GTE traffic back there. So pretty solid race for Middleton so far on the podium. It's those early first 30 minutes of the race where they were battling. So we do have a battle a little bit close here in the GTEs. We've got Ed Jones and Peter Villar. So Jones closing in on Villar. You can see Peter just putting the wheel up in the dirt. So that's our closest race for position. As we are under 15 minutes, just under 14 actually. We've got a new fastest lap. A new fastest lap set by Carl Middleton of 1:45.520. That jumps Westy's 45.737. So nice work, Middleton. Currently in third. But it looks like he's miles away from second. There is Carl. He's having a little bit of fun off track there. And meanwhile, this battle, Jones is closing in on Villar, so he might be able to make a pass for position here in the last 12 minutes of this race. Move himself up just enough to get a few more points. And Carl is not that far behind the Scobbler for P2, third and second. He's about 4.5, 5 seconds back. But I think Jones is going to be able to make a pass here in a minute. As he's closing, but now we've got P2. It looks like, is that Taylor? Robin Taylor currently in fourth. Going to make his way through this battle. Probably going to help Peter Villar a little bit as he makes it through Jones cleanly. And Vandergeest finally pits. So Vandergeest pitting from second place in the GTE class. There he is now in the pits. That's going to move High Tree. Let's see where he's at. High Tree's about 3/4 of a lap back. So, yeah, it's over a minute, the gap. But it's coming down, as we shall see. And it looks like Vandergeest is on his way out. So a quick stop for Vandergeest. That's going to hold on to second place for him, I believe. It's going to be in good shape. Meanwhile, let's see what the gap is here. Middleton has got that gap down to about 4.4 on the second place car of Matej Descobler. As you can see, there's no traffic between them now if you look on the track map. Let's see if we can if he can even get a glance of him here from his there he is. So there is second place, lurking right in front of Carl Middleton. Got to do some of that driver stuff. And then The battle for fourth in GTE is tightening up. Jones can smell it. Villar's trying to hang on. As you can see, that gap is now under a second. 0.8 to be exact. Jones closes in under braking. They're going through 2 and 3. Villar making it work. Holding off Jones, but for how much longer? The gap to second for Carl Middleton is under 4 seconds now at 3.4. But I think we're going to have a pass for position here in a second. As you can see, that brake bias on Villar's car is heavily forward. It's those glowing heat. As Jones is stalking his prey. As we are under 9 minutes now, he's got a shot. He's looking to the inside. This could be it. And that, what happened there? Oh, Jones gets it all wrong. Jones was on the prowl, gets it all wrong, and finds himself into the barrier. What a break for Peter Villar. I think that's going to do it for Villar with only 8 minutes remaining. The gap now over 10 seconds, so Jones just got it all wrong coming off the curbs. So that was unfortunate. Meanwhile, Middleton has got it down to 3.5 second gap to second place Matash with just 7.5 minutes left. You can see the gap right there. So he has pretty much just about got him. There is Matash right there. Excuse me. And in front of Matash, nobody in front of Matash. There is Middleton. You can see that second step of the podium, some 3.5 seconds ahead of him there. What can he do? Vandergeest. That Taylor that just got through him? Or was it Pichler? Yeah, it was Pichler. So Pichler gets through Vandergeest. And Jones, I think, is going to run out of time as he's letting the leader Westy through. That's the most unfortunate for Jones. He's pretty stable and steady, but he's got a 9-second gap to make up to try and catch that spot he was chasing. But Carl Middleton, 3.3 seconds back. He's gaining a couple tenths a lap, but I don't think he's going to have enough time as we are just at about 6 minutes remaining. We shall see. Carl is still holding that fastest lap at 1:45.2 now. So he's even bettered it from a 22 for a 45.5. And Granadovich with the 1:52.9 for the GTE class. As we see Middleton get through Gela da Silva. Pichler currently in 5th. Ran a pretty decent race for him today as we see the leader Wesley going to get through Peter Villar. fourth place GTE getting passed by the leader of the P2s. And you can see back there, here comes Jones. He's got the gap down to 8 seconds with 5 minutes left, so might be a hope and a prayer, but I don't know. It's a lot of work to do. But meanwhile, Middleton has closed that gap to under 3 seconds now, 2.5. So Matej is going to have to do some of that pilot skills to keep the fast charging Middleton behind him. He's gaining just a little bit every lap. You can see this is for some big points here. Meanwhile, Westy's teammate Robin Taylor currently in fourth. So if it finishes like this, they'll get a first and fourth for the team. Bringing home some good points. Jones has closed the gap to 6 seconds. So hold on to your ears. There you can see him up there. So he's got just under 4 minutes to catch him. That's a tough road to hoe right there. But meanwhile, the gap to second place Matej by Carl Middleton has closed it down to under 2 seconds now, or just at 2, 1.9 to 2. As you can see, this cobbler having a little bit of a trouble there. That's not going to help his case. It's down to 1.5 now. And we got Vandergeest up ahead, the GTE, for them to get through. This is going to work out really good for Matej, but not so good for Carl, as he's going to hit him in the turn. They go through the 1, 2, 3 section. Then, see, this is going to hurt him a little bit right here. Stay to the inside and go, go, go. There we go. So still kept that gap under 2 at 1.9. As the second place car of John Vandergeest in the GTE. That's these guys fighting for a podium step. Any other action going on? 12 and 13. So Jones has caught him. So Jones has caught Villar unexpectedly. It looks like he's going to get him. He goes to the inside and he takes the spot. We're just in time. Excuse me. After the off by Jones, he comes back and does get that spot away from Peter Villar. Peter must be struggling on old tires. Get me for my cold. But what an outstanding move with just 2 minutes remaining in the race for Ed Jones to get himself around Peter Villar to grab 5th place. Nicely done. There is High Tree in fourth. Vandergeest in second, GTE. But meanwhile, here we go. This is it. We are down to just about a lap left with 1:34 remaining. Can Middleton do it? I don't know where we're going to be with Westy as far as the clock goes. Westy just got through sector 1 with 1:24 left. So he might cross the line to create yet another lap, which Middleton desperately needs. With one more lap, Middleton might have a chance. There is the gap. So we saw Jones get himself up in a spot with the last couple minutes left. And now Carl Middleton is making his bid for second place. As we got lap traffic, holy hopes. Oh my gosh. Good job getting out of the way. That was Peter Villar. So I think Peter Villar's tires are toast. See, struggling there. It's Westy. Where is Westy? All right. 39 seconds left. He's going to cross the line. So we are going to have one more lap. As Westy gets the white flag here. Next lap will be checkered with 28 seconds. He crosses the line. So there's your leader, Westy. And here is the battle for second place. So Carl is all set up here for a chance as they get through another GTE. The GTE wisely moves out of the way on this last lap battle. So does Carl have anything for Skobler? As time has run out, this is the last lap. Oh, he's going to the outside. Skobler trying to stay out there but keep him honest. This is the race for second place. Points are up for grabs. Middleton trying to keep it as they get through the 80. Down into the 5, 6, 7, 8 section where it gets pretty technical. Heading into turn 4. Buddh puts his car right where he needs to. Down the short straight to turn 5. Carl's looking inside, he's looking outside, he's just trying to find a way. Try to set himself up to be on the inside as they come through 5 a little bit, then this weird little kink, then 6 and 7, tricky little section. Then 8 and 9, chicaned. Meanwhile, Westy taking the checkered. There is your winner of round 2 at Buddha. Nick Westy takes it. Meanwhile, the battle for second ensues. Middleton's given everything he got. They still have a whole sector to go. They're just in the middle of sector 2 right now. As the GTEs are following suit and finishing. Roman Ganatovich is about to take the checkered for the GTE class. As he did already, I believe. And there it is. There is your finishing order. Holy smokes. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. That was a pretty good fight there at the end. As here comes Taylor in 4th. Just ahead of him is the GTE gang. He's in already. Jones is coming. So Taylor's taking the checkered. 4th place Taylor. Bichler will finish 5th. The ways back. Vandergeest, Granatovich, your GTE winner. Nicely done. SRO. That was something else. Oh, what a race today. So, Westy, your leader. Who else is still out there? LaBelle, gonna bring it home. Ed Jones, still tripping around on track. Gilles de Silva, sending it. Hey, you doing, Gilles? Yep. He's summing up his day right there. Nicely done. Peter Jones somehow got a DNF out of that, but we did have one DNF. Vandergeest got 2nd in GTE, so that was a nice change for him. That's going to help him on the points. Let's see if we can get a little boot here. I want to show you the session results. So there you have Westy, your leader, P2. 52 laps of racing. Buddh coming in 2nd. Carl Middleton in 3rd. Robin Taylor in 4th. And then a lap down is Philip Pilcher in 5th. Nice race by him. Costas Cantasaurus and also a lap down in 6th. Michael LaBelle. And then your GTE winner is Roman Granatovich. And 2nd place is Jean Vandergeest. 3rd is it. And then 3rd would be High Tree, right? Ed Jones, Peter Villar, and Stefan Winham. Then Gilles de Silva. That was it. So if I could close this just to the GTEs, you can see there are your GTEs in order. All right. Nicely done. All right. Well, let's not forget our sponsor today, Liberty Footwear. Let's give a big shout out to them. They have helped us sponsor these races. And I guess that's not going to show. So anyway, I was trying to run the ad again. But anyway, if you're still with me, thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. It's been real. In fact, it's been real fun. While you're still here, let's take a look at the schedule. Next up is Korea. Round three will be Korea on the 4th of May. So that's 2 weeks from today. So hope to see you then. And until then, check out tomorrow's racing, Monday Night Racing, AMS2. It'll be the Formula 3, round one of the Formula 3 championship for AMS2. You want to jump on board on that. It's a lot of fun. Get into that and check out the whole schedule at simracingonline.co.uk. So hopefully I will see you next week. And that's it. I'm out.